Sorry, forgot to unmute my mic. Hi there, it's Kevin. And today I am going to be playing some Realm of the Mad God. Hello, Lich. How are you doing today? And yes, thank. Hi there. Oh, now I am getting audio from my desktop. There we go. I swear I've streamed before. I know how to do it. I just always forget something for some reason. So I think I said it already, but how was your day, Lich? If I forgot. No worries. I sat for an hour this morning talking to myself because of the same thing. Well, at least I didn't do it for an entire hour. But yes, I have completely forgotten to unmute my mic. I'm just moving these things around a little bit. Until somebody in the chat said, hey, your mic is muted. And I'm like, oh, how very me. My day is good. Well, that's good. My day has been going fairly well as well. So I'm just checking out my inventory for a moment. Probably do not need to save that ring, but whatever. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, well, the second thing I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is head out to the realm, and Shayna is always there for me. She's awesome. She is awesome. Shayna is always awesome. She's been there for me many times. In this game, there is a thing called the Alchemist, and he has various. So this is your base. Well, there are different servers. Right now, I'm on the U.S. Midwest server, but in any server you go to, you'll have a vault, and you start out with like one chest, but you can get chests in various ways. You start out with a vault. You can create what's called a guild, and that will have a guild hall. So either of those could be considered your base. Good day, Master. Yes, I have a guy in here who helps me out with potions occasionally and chats with me. He's a bot, but he's friendly. So yeah, you can enter your vault and your guild from any of the servers. Also, you have a pet yard where you keep all of your magical pets, and you can see I have a whole lot of them. They have various abilities that help you out. For instance, the one that's following me around right now, this penguin with a red bandana, is a karate red penguin. He has the ability to heal me, and he can also act as a decoy so that the monsters attack him. Yes, pets. And you can grow your pets. You can fuse your pets to become more powerful pets. You feed them to level them up. And so, yeah, I mean, if you just look around, you can see there's all sorts of, I mean, there's a little ducky, there's another penguin with a red bandana, that's a monkey. This is a gummy bear. Here's a jalapeno, a living jalapeno. There's a koala, but there are dozens and dozens of different kinds of pets that you can get. And also you can get cloths. So this sort of heart pattern I got from a cloth that I picked up. And so you can make your characters look very different. This person has a very large penguin. This person is wearing a skin. That's actually a player, and that's the skin of one of the enemies in the game. This is sort of the bland, a beginning wizard. That's what that is. Wow, that's a lot. Do you earn them through gameplay or micros? So you can get pretty much anything except for there's an area over here with keys. You cannot earn keys through gameplay usually, but you can get cloths, you can get pets, you can get dyes, you can get skins, you get weapons and ability items and armor. That's not, it's a robe. I'm a priest. Priests wear robes, so it's not much in the way of armor and rings. You get all this stuff. You can get it all through play. You can also buy it if you want to buy your way through the game, but lately I have decided that I'm not going to be paying money for stuff, so I've been just making my way through the game and earning things through gameplay. So there is a lot to this game. This game has been out for, I don't know, like a decade, I think. And while there was a time when, oh, did I forget? I think I forgot to update my socials. I'm going to do that really quick. There. That's Twitter and Discord. All right. There was a time when the company that owned the game didn't really care about the game, and so there weren't a lot of extras added. But the new owners of the game have been adding stuff to the game, and they are working on a version of it that is not Flash based. So when Flash dies at the end of this year, they have set themselves up to move on to something else. Well, thank you for the like and the retweet of my Go Live tweet. Lich. These are all the simple wimpy monsters. There are regions of the game. The beach, the lowlands, the midlands, which I'm just approaching now, the highlands, and the godlands. So this road sort of is the demarcation point between the lowlands and the midlands. So I'm entering the midlands now. So these are slightly tougher monsters. I'm not a super powerful character, but most of the monsters in this area won't challenge me. They won't be scary to me. Does it support party play in groups and the like? Yes. I usually have played solo, but there are some people who tend to join up on me. Since I started streaming the game, there have been people who have played with me, so they have that is not one of them. They have ways to friend people. You can belong to the same guild, and either friends or guild mates you can chat with specifically, text chat. So it does support group play. As long as you're on the same server, you can usually find the person you're looking for. They have dungeons, which monsters sort of drop the entrances to dungeons, and there's a limit to, okay, there's a server limit, there's a limit to the number of people who can enter a realm. So you saw I went like through a portal to get to this place. This is a realm, and there is a limit to the number of people that can go into a dungeon, but it's a fairly high limit. It's like 85, I think. I would never find 85 people who want to adventure with me, I'm fairly certain. This sort of tree thing here is an Ent Ancient specifically, and it's what's called an evaluation boss. If you can do enough damage to it at the start, he will get tougher, and you can get better rewards off of him. He'll create better helper creatures for himself that will drop some nice treasure. But I am a priest. I don't do a lot of damage. I'm more of a support character. At least that's the intention. Of the character class. And oh, good. So I think I was mentioning the Alchemist before. The Alchemist has a list of quests for you every day, and one of them today was to get 4 what are called marks of specifically, unfortunately the coil snake did not drop the dungeon entrance that I wanted it to drop. But that coil snake can drop an entrance to a dungeon called the Forbidden Jungle, and the boss monster of the Forbidden Jungle is Mixcoatl. Yeah. And the Alchemist wants, I think it's 4 marks of Mixcoatl. So you would have to defeat the boss monster, pick up the treasure mark that he drops, and bring 4 of them back to the Alchemist. The reward for that is not very big because Mixcoatl is not that tough a monster, even if he is the boss. What's that? Ring of Superior Attack. Sure, I'll pick that up. Actually, I don't want it, but I will put it in this chest so somebody else can maybe find it later. Treasure in those bags, the bags will eventually sort of evaporate. So if you pick up a treasure from a bag, it won't evaporate. And if you put it in a chest, chests last until somebody empties it. So somebody goes by and sees that chest, looks in it. They will find that ring, which I do not need at this time, but somebody might. Anyway, so that's why I was excited to see that particular thing, because I thought maybe I was going to get a coil snake to drop a Forbidden Jungle entrance, and then I could start doing that quest. All right, got to drive my kids home. Got to sit you on the dash for a bit. All right. Uh-huh. Well, thank you for the lurk, Lich, and I am not pro enough to actually have any bots set up, so I don't have any commands in my channel. Anyway, so there's a lot of different kinds of monsters to fight. Some of them are tougher than others. Ring of Superior Speed. I think I will pick that up. I don't need it, but maybe I'll find another chest to drop it in. Yeah, those little spheres don't actually drop any treasure ever, but they're kind of annoying, so I like to kill them. They are just sort of companions to those blocky things, which are golems. And there are other sorts of golems, though I don't remember what kind of golem that was. It was clockwork golem, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so there's a dungeon entrance. That's an entrance to a spider den, which is a lower level, not real low level, but sort of lower level dungeon. And I like the spider dens because I like killing spiders. Sorry to anybody who loves spiders and doesn't like the idea of someone wanting to kill them. But these are just virtual spiders, so I don't really go seeking out spiders just to kill them in the real world. Also, this dungeon, these larger spiders drop what are called healing ichors, which are fairly nice potions. Other than that, the boss monster of this dungeon does not drop anything really decent at all. It put those in my backpack. I have a backpack that I can shift things into. And in fact, the boss monster of this particular dungeon generates a web, which, because of how it's generated, can cause some really bad lag. And there have been times when either my internet connection or my computer setup were poor enough that lag would lag kick me. So fortunately, I've not had that happen in quite a while. So yeah, dungeons are like this. They're a series of rooms. Sometimes there's branches that go different ways. The monsters that you will find, there's a set list of monsters for each dungeon. You will almost never find other monsters. There was like a Valentine's Day event where you could sort of randomly find a Valentine's themed monster in a dungeon, but usually, I mean, this is the spider den, you'll find spiders. Lots and lots of little eggs that contain lots of little green spiders. You'll find the black spiders, red spiders. So you usually know what it is that you're in for when you enter one of these dungeons. Yeah, there's one of the red spotted spiders. See, there's a lot of these little green spiders that come out of the eggs. And you don't have to crack the eggs. You can just, if you can move past them without getting close enough. If you bump into one of the eggs, it'll hatch, as well as shooting it will hatch the egg. So one of those black spiders. And little brown spiders as well. They're about the size of the green spiders, but nastier. Yeah, the green spiders, even though I don't have very good armor, it's pretty good for a priest, and I don't really have to worry about the green spiders. Anyway, so we have reached the boss room. You can tell it's bigger, and sitting at the center is Arachna, the Spider Queen. I'm going to turn on auto fire for a moment while yeah, there you can see the web and the weird way it's generated. It's like shooting things out of those circles. And turn off auto fire, and I got a Seal of the Aspirant, which I do not need, another healing ichor, and Arachna's mark. I do not, yeah, I don't think I really need that. So I will pick up the healing ichor and head out. And we are back. I mentioned the lowest level is the beach. You can tell it's beach because A, it's near water, and B, it's this light brown color. And the monsters near the beach are much less dangerous. So starting characters tend to stay near the beach. We've moved into the lowlands now. Those little hobbity creatures, and those are, I think, undead hobbits, the blue ones, are, once again, not too scary. But if you're just starting out, you probably want to stay at the beach until you've gotten some experience. The thing over here is a bounty. It used to be called a quest, but now it's called a bounty. basically saying, hey, you should go in this direction. Something that would challenge you is up there. And that red demon would definitely challenge me. I don't feel a great need to go in that direction. Well, I mean, I know that if I do go in that direction, I'll find tougher stuff. Yeah, here I am. I'm in the Midlands. These little black things, those are bats. And they are a Midland creature. Here's another one of those golems with attendant creatures. Yeah, I don't even know if those spheres are really supposed to be creatures or just... I don't know, magical objects maybe? They're treated as enemies though, so probably creatures. Hey, this is the same, I don't remember what they're called, these structures that have the coil snakes in them. They're like lost temples or something like that. They have some sort of fanciful name. Ugh, gray blobs. They can swarm you, and when they get close to you, they explode to do damage instead of shooting at you. The bats sort of just bite at you when they get close, and that is a sprite there. There's another golem. He's not quite as blocky, but he has a status effect. He can cause weakness, which means your shots do less damage. There's another golem. More gray blobs. Yeah, in general, the various parts of the realm you'll find the same kinds of monsters in. Though terrain does make a difference. They do have different kinds of terrain. Plains, forests, and desert and mountainous terrain. A couple more of those golem-y things. And that sort of brown with a white front thing was a weird lion, I believe. It was surrounded by a bunch of other weird creatures. There's another coil snake. Will it? Yes, this one actually dropped an entrance to the Forbidden Jungle, so... I think someone said something just before I entered this dungeon. And so this is, yes, a jungle-themed... Well, I mean, it's still called a dungeon even though it has an outdoor look to it, but... So I am sort of rushing through this particular dungeon. The monsters here don't really give anything good, so lingering is not especially useful. And unless that guy comes out from there, I can't hurt him. And here's the boss room. You can see he's sort of dancing over there. Ah, yes, he triggers the pillars when he gets damaged enough. It's a little bit dangerous to be in the room when he does that, but especially if you're not armored enough. So there's that mark of Mixcoatl that I want to find a few of. And then there's a crystal bone ring, not a very useful ring, and a lot of the monsters here drop these pollen powders, which increase your magic points. Not the maximum, but the current total. So for instance, I could do this, and my magic points went up. T6 sword. Nope. Oh, sure, I'll kill stuff in this room as well. And here's the realm portal. Sends us back out to the realm. And we're back on the beach. It always when you enter the realm, it sets you on the beach, somewhere on the beach, not always the same place. I was saying that you usually find the same sorts of creatures in the various areas. And that is mostly true. I have, well, I've told this story a couple of times, but there's one fairly nasty monster called the Kage-Kame. Tend to find him upper Midlands or in the Highlands. Really, he's a Highlands monster. And one time I was fighting a Kage-Kame, and I was using sort of a back-away strategy, shoot at him and back away, drag him. He would follow me, and so I was dragging him along, trying to kill him. But at that point, I was not especially tough. I didn't have very good armor. I didn't have very good weapons. The character was just not up to killing this Kage-Kame. And so I kept moving back and moving back and moving back, and eventually I reached the beach. And Kage-Kame followed me the whole way. And I just was not going to kill him. I mean, he was damaging me a lot, and so I left. And so the Kage-Kame was left there on the beach. And I always think, you know, what some low-level person coming into that realm of the beach and seeing a Kage-Kame must have thought. Because you're not supposed to find Kage-Kames at the beach, but there he was. And it was my fault. I feel kind of bad about that. He probably only killed, you know, 2 or 3 characters, but still, this is a roguelike, by which I mean you die, you're dead. All your stuff goes away that you're carrying. So, now the stuff in your vault doesn't go away, and your pet doesn't go away. Your pet sort of magically transports itself back to the pet yard. But, for instance, this wand that I'm carrying, if I die, I lose that wand. Am I going in the right direction? Yes, okay, so I've reached the Midlands again. The ability item, which for a priest is a tome that I'm carrying, would go away. The robe that I'm wearing, which is an okay robe, it's not the best robe out there, but it's a pretty good robe, would go away. And all the progress that I've made on this character would go away. This character, if it dies, is gone. At one point in the game, there was a thing called a resurrection amulet. But they found it sort of broke the economics of the game to have people be able to resurrect themselves. And it broke the feel of the game. I mean, if you can resurrect yourself, you care a lot less about dying. And you play the game in a completely different way. Anyway, but those don't exist anymore. They got nerfed. I think they were turned into like cursed amulets or something like that. Or if you tried to resurrect yourself with one, you become an undead creature. I think I'm remembering that correctly. I know they got removed from the game. There's another Ant-Ancient, and if I was a character class that could actually do real damage, I mean, I can do real damage, but a lot of damage, I would be buffing him, but no. He's not creating the kinds of creatures he would if he'd been buffed. These little tiny trees are pretty easy to kill. He would create 1 or 2 sort of mid-sized between the tiny ones and him trees, and then he would also create 1 or more green sprites. I think I pointed out a sprite before. Oh, we're nearing the highlands. These are like highland sorts of creatures now. One of the other quests that, and they're usually a bunch of quests that the alchemist will have at once. One of the other quests that the alchemist has today is for Marks of Stheno, and that's Stheno. and she's the boss of the Snake Pit, and the Snake Pit dungeon, you see this sort of greenish thing here. He is a lesser god. He can drop an entrance to the Snake Pit. Quit running away. There we go. I mean, I know you were down in hit points, but stop being a coward. So that particular lizard god did not drop an entrance to the Snake Pit, unfortunately. But there are a bunch of, okay, maybe 3 or 4 different kinds of monsters that will drop Snake Pit entrances. The number of Marks of Stheno that the alchemist wants is 8. You'll notice there's 8 slots in my inventory right now, and if you have a backpack you get 8 more, but so it's not a coincidence that 8 is the number. Also, chests in your vault hold 8 items as well. I have 6 right now, so I want to find, there's a, I don't remember what that sort of grayish silvery thing is called, but he's another one of the lesser gods. I think he's like an undead dwarf god. These blue things here are undead dwarves, or dwarfs. I'm not sure of the plural, but so he can drop Snake Pit entrances as well. And that is a Snake Pit entrance. So I am on my way. I just need to kill the boss of this dungeon, and I will get a Mark of Stheno from her, and I would just need 1 more to complete that particular quest. And you'll notice that it points out where Stheno is, sort of the direction, and this is the mini map here. You can see she's over here somewhere. Let me scroll wheel out to pull out, and so she's way over here. I am not going in the direction of Stheno because the Snake Pit is a dungeon that has treasure rooms. 0 to, I believe, 3. And the treasure rooms give you a decent reward. There's a statistic increasing potion, a potion of speed. Speed is one of the character stats, statistics. And that potion will increase your character's. Here I can. Yes, so I'm at max speed right now, which for this character class is 55. That's why it's in yellow. So I don't particularly need a potion of speed for this character, but, you know, there will always be more characters. You will always be in need of more speed potions. So these little, these little snakes, you can kill them, but these vents in the floor reproduce them, and you can't destroy those vents. So killing off little snakes in the Snake Pit is pretty pointless. Now these sort of C-shaped, slightly larger snakes do not get reproduced by anything, and therefore it's always a good idea to kill them off. Alright, so sure. Ooh. Yes, this is one of the rooms that only has the, these are medium-sized snakes. There are bigger snakes in here. So down and to the left, I'm going to look there. All right. So I'm going to go I want to find a treasure room, if there is a treasure room. As I said, there's 0 to 3. I believe 3 is the most you'll find. And these are the big snakes. They are nasty. I mean, if you have a really powerful character, no, they're not nasty. But I have this squishy little priest here with not the best of gear. All right, so we have investigated that arm of the dungeon and found nothing but rooms. And I believe we've gone in all the other directions, so it's this way that we will go. Oop! Wow, I hate it when they're all or almost all waiting, those big snakes waiting by the entrance that you come in. In addition to the really nice thing that you can get out of things, the potions of speed that you can get out of this dungeon, you can get these snake oils, which are fairly nice healing potions. Heal 100 hit points for all of the characters within, what was it, 10 squares? Yeah. So, and you see right now I have 593 hit points. So 100 hit points of healing is pretty good. All right, so that would probably take me directly to Stheno, but I'm still looking, still want to see if I can find a treasure room here. Yeah, the treasure room has a mini boss. That is the thing that drops the potions of speed. You just don't go into the treasure room and go, hey, there's the potion of speed. Stheno also will drop a potion of speed. And she can drop some other stuff, which is kind of good. But the potion of speed is the real reason to come into this dungeon. Plus, in this case, I'm going after marks of Stheno. And as I said, one of the quests is get 8 of them, and I have 6, so I just need 2. But there was another one, I don't think I mentioned, there was another quest which is scout the snake pit, which is find 1 mark of Stheno, or acquire 1 mark of Stheno. Nothing. And so really what I'm looking for is 3 marks of Stheno. I want to find 3 snake pits today, finish them off, and get marks of Stheno. The 8 mark of Stheno quest should get a decent reward, and the 1 mark of Stheno I believe would usually give me another potion of speed, so as I said, I don't really need it for this particular character at this time, but there are always going to be more characters who will need it. Plus you can give them to people or trade with people to get better gear. Alright, so she's down here, so I'm going to go up here. Yeah, the little snakes are more of like an annoyance than anything else. Keep shooting you, and your character keeps going as it gets hit. Oh, this is the boss room. I am going to... Oh, there's an exit. And there's another exit. So there's a couple of exits here that I'm going to explore before I activate the boss, which you can see on the mini-map is sort of at the center of this room. When I activate her, she's going to spawn some creatures. She will go through various phases as I attack her. No, I do not need a T2 ring of anything. Where she will have different shot patterns, where she will spawn lots of little green snakes at times. I have fought Watched Benno many times. I'm somewhat familiar with her patterns. Alright. Still hoping that I can find a treasure room. And while I did say 0 to 3, I have never found a snake pit with 3 treasure rooms. Sort of a goal of mine to someday find one, but I'm guessing that's pretty rare. Even though I've been through a whole bunch of snake pits. It might be a while before I find one like that. Alright, so we finished off that arm, but I believe there's an exit down here. I pretty much lost hope. Yeah, that's the end of that. So, no treasure rooms, which is a lot more common than 2 treasure rooms. And before I trigger her, I am going to turn on auto fire. And there she's spawned some creatures. Hey, hello, Hot Dog Alicia. Thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? Hey, Shayna, hello. Yeah, those red attacks are kind of nasty. I've got the opponent down to orange health levels. She said she is very sorry, but she had to raid and run as she is late for work. Okay. Well, next time I see her, I will thank her for the raid. I do not need this shield. It's not that good a shield. How am I? I am doing just fine today, Shayna. How are you doing today? She was playing a puzzle game called The Room. Okay. I'm okay. It was my first day back at work. Well, that can always be rough, but I hope things went well for you. Oh, I think my, yeah, I need to head back to my vault. Drop some stuff off. Oh, I'm in the wrong directory? Well, that's annoying. Let's see. Not that. This. I forgot to update my stream info. I also forgot to turn on my, I forgot to unmute my mic when I first started, but I figured that out fairly quickly, so that was less of a problem. But thank you very much for pointing that out, Shayna. I swear I've streamed before, but yeah, I always make mistakes like this. Hello, Kim XC1. Ooh, okay, you're back and at home and not driving. Good. I'm glad that you are not chatting while driving. That would be a bad thing. All right, I gotta look for empty spots in my... Well, I don't have any empty spots. Great. Well, I'll put this here. What else do I have? I have stuff that I don't really need, so I will drop that in the Nexus. Okay, I don't need this ring. Hell, I don't need that potion. I don't need that potion. I don't need that potion. And I do not need that potion. Horizon Zero Dawn is a beautiful game. I played a tiny bit of it. But I've watched people play it. Kevin is making me want to play the crap out of this game. It is a fun game. I have enjoyed it for off and on for 7 years. So I got Shayna to play a little bit of it. I keep wanting her to play more with me, but that hasn't happened. You love simple MMORPG games? Well, that is exactly what this is, so you should like this one. Anyway, so I mentioned people playing with me before. Kim XC, let's see, it's XCXCX there, but in chat, Kim XCXC1. Is one of the people who has been adventuring with me a little bit lately. And no Forbidden Jungle, unfortunately. Anything in the chest? Not that I care about. Oryx the Mad God is battling about something again. All right. I am going into the Forbidden Jungle. I know that the reward for getting the Marks of Mixcoatl is not going to be that good, but I want to see what it is anyway. Alright, I would like to stop hallucinating now. Thank you. I hate the hitbox on this guy. Oh. I'm stepping out for a few seconds. There we go. And a robe that I don't need. A Mark of Mixcoatl and a pollen powder. And T5 bow, T5 heavy armor. All right. Yeah, I don't understand why people want to adventure with me. I am mediocre at this game. But there are a few people who seem to enjoy running with my characters, so if they enjoy it, that's all that really matters, as long as they're not being jerks about it. See, now that is a buffed Entancient. Alright, now I don't think that's the maximum buff. I think it can create more than just this one nature sprite, as it's called. And it didn't drop anything. And the Ent Ancient didn't drop anything either, so that was disappointing. It can drop a... and Steam is downloading Realm of the Mad God. You can also play it via web browser. You don't have to download the Steam version if you don't want to. As it is a Flash-based game, if you have a web browser that can run Flash, you go to realmofthemadgod.com and you can play it there. That is the way I am playing it right now, as a matter of fact. Okay, so we have gotten to the Highlands. I want to get some more Marks of Stheno so I can complete that alchemist quest. Nope, don't need that. Yeah, and even with the number of chests I have opened up in my vault, I still... Lich, you should add me on Steam. Yeah. Hey, it's a Ghost King. Oh, come on. Quit running away. Nope, really, you gotta die. Oh, come on. Okay. Wow. There was no actual treasure dropped, apparently. Oh, that guy. Come on, somebody drop a snake pit. I want to complete that quest. Hey, it's a snake pit. I'm going in. All right, this time I think I am going to do a little bit more of just a rush. Nope, there's nothing there. All right, so, all right, come on. There we are. Which way? This way? This way. No! Wow. 2 fails. I don't like these guys, so I'm going to kill them. There we go. Big snakes can be a pain in the butt. Alright, I think we're heading in the right direction to get this Stheno. Yep, there she is. Turning on auto fire. And she is dead. Okay, another potion of speed and a mark of Stheno. And snake eye ring, which I do not need. Where are they? Wow, there was a little snake in here. Okay. Oh, I should probably move some stuff into my backpack. Here we go. I'm going to want one more mark of Stheno before I head to the Alchemist. No, that's not where I wanted to go. There, that's where I wanted to go. I always say that if you're adventuring with me, it's like following a 3-year-old through a department store. I sort of just randomly wander around and get distracted constantly by things. Gotta be somewhat frustrating. But if people enjoy it, good for them. And buffed again, yes. Alright, that one's dead. No, get out of those trees. How am I supposed to kill you if you hide in the trees? Alright, that was the sound of the sprite dying. And it dropped nothing. And the Ent Ancient dropped nothing. So we... Oh, it's an Urgle. I hate these things. Oh, Urgles are annoying. Yeah, I don't need that. They have all sorts of status effects that they can inflict on you with those things that they throw out. And there's another Urgle, yay! And like Arachne, her web and the Urgles, whatever those things are called, can also cause a lot of lag. Ooh, so this sort of darkened area is a graveyard, and you can find in the graveyard gravestones, and if you destroy the gravestones, one of them might reveal a Kage-Kame. So I was mentioning the Kage-Kame earlier. This is where you find the Kage-Kame. Oh, we've also apparently found gods. I didn't see the god, but I heard it and saw its shot patterns. Okay, there's the Kage-Kame. He is dead now. He has dropped an entrance to the Manor of the Immortals. Sure, let's go in. It is a really tough dungeon, for me at least. All right. Not so much the main the rooms, but the boss, the final boss room. The boss in the final boss room is just very tough, and I have never solo killed him, so someday I hope to do a solo clear of the Manor of the Immortals, but that has never happened for me before. And I've only succeeded a few times with the oh my goodness, that's not with a group of killing off the boss, so all right, come on, nothing, all right. Did we look at those? Like the Snake Pit, the Manor of the Immortals can have treasure rooms, which can have decent rewards in them. They are hidden behind bookcases, which is why you'll see me shooting bookcases. Nope. Nope. Wow, there's a lot of bats in this room. Okay, well. Yeah, great. Bats. Hate these damn bats. Wow. Oh, crud! Lord Ruthven spawned right on top of me! Manor of the Immortals. It is not a pleasant place. As you can see, I just died. Oh my goodness. Well. That is frustrating. No! Unfortunately, yes. So I am not sure. I think I'm going to take one of my mules into my vault to see what I have for stuff to decide what my next character is going to be. All right, so I have a T11 bow. That looks to be my best weapon. I also have T11 leather armor, which is useful for some of the same sorts of things. Do I have? I got a T4 quiver. Yes, that character is dead now. So once you die, that's it. Yeah, that was I haven't had that happen before. Usually, I will have enough time to leave. But Ruthven spawned right on top of me and killed me pretty much instantly. And he can spawn from those bats, and I know that, so I should have left. I should have left before he spawned. So I don't have any traps, so I can't be a huntress, but I can be an archer. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start an archer. But, for instance, that pet, where's archer? Archer, there we are. It's because I downloaded it. It has nothing to do with you downloading the game. And you will see I have enough stuff in my vault, really. I mean, not only do I have this tier 11 or T11 bow, which is, you know, not top. I believe, what is it, 14 is the top tier? But I also have a backup bow. I've got a T10 bow sitting in there as well. And I have T11 armor. I am going to go with this ring just because I am weird. I prefer the defense rings. And I have this ability item, which is a T4. The ability items go through T6, so that's not terrible. You know, not the best. But anyway, so I'm already outfitted with upper mid-level gear, which is nice. And here, I will look through my vault, through the what are called gift chests, stuff I've gotten, and you will notice here's a potion of max level. So right now I am level 1 with my archer. Right now I am level 20 with my archer. And you can see all this text here, which tells you that all of my, well, many of my stats just got raised quite a bit, because as you go up in levels, 20 being the maximum level, you your stats increase as well. So I also have a backpack just sitting in there. So now I have 16 slots to store stuff in instead of 8. I'm going to enter my guild hall. Which class would you suggest to be a good starter character for first experiencing the game? When you start, there's only one character class that's unlocked, and that's Wizard. So you have to start with Wizard. And then you unlock as you level up various character classes, you unlock other character classes. So when you get to level 5, with the Wizard you unlock Priest. And there's a thing called realmi.com, I think it is. Here, let's go to realmi.com. And they have a wiki which has all the information you could ever want about this game, including classes. So here are the, what is it, 15 current classes. Samurai is the new one, or newest one. And here they show, all right, so to unlock Priest, you need to get to level 5 with the Wizard. and so on and so forth. There's a chart here at realmi.com/wiki/classes. Anyway, so I would actually recommend exploring this wiki because it has tons of useful information about this game. And so here, potions. Need help with potions? Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. And now I have 5 healing potions and 4 magic potions. Have to wait a few seconds, well, about 30 I think it is, for him to do a cooldown. And then, this is the one big advantage of to me, of being in a guild, other than having people you can adventure with. And that is, this guy will give you potions. Hey, I'm not made of it. I didn't wait long enough for the cooldown, unfortunately. All right. We'll wait a few more seconds. Anyway, but that pink potion, the max level potion, that's not something that everybody has. You don't start with that. That's one of those things you can get from the alchemist, or I'll show it in a second. There's an area where you can do a login calendar and get stuff. Sure thing. Okay. Cooldown has been accomplished. All right. So now I have maxed out on my magic potions and my health potions. I'm going to go back into my vault, and then I am going to show you the entrance, one of the entrances to the daily quest room. So here is the login calendar where you can get rewards. There, if I make 20 daily logins or 18 daily logins, I will get another potion of max level. And there's all sorts of other various things that you can get by logging in daily and checking in with the login calendar. And here's, okay, it's not the alchemist, it's the tinkerer. Sorry. The tinkerer has a whole list of quests, including this one, which you can, if you turn in 1 mark of Stheno, you can get 2 potions of speed. And if you turn in 8 marks of Stheno, you can get a standard quest chest. I think. So yeah, that realmi.com, that is a very important thing. So as I said, I'll always have a new character, and I'll always need more speed potions. So this says that I need 15 more speed potions to max my speed. I don't think I have any more that I want to use right now. And I have a whole lot of stuff, you'll notice. I am willing to give it to friends. Some of it. Some things you can't give away. If you look at the description of this Staff of the Crystal Serpent, you go down to the bottom portion. The first thing it says there is soulbound. Soulbound items cannot be traded or given away. So that I can't give to anybody. But I have some stuff stacked in here just specifically to give away to people. This T9 wand, this T3 tome, this T9 robe, that T3 ring. I've got some potions of speed. I have some pet eggs. So someday when I'm adventuring with friends, I'll be giving people stuff. Okay, so I have put on decent gear. I have leveled up my character to 20. It doesn't actually take a whole lot of time to level your character to 20, especially if you've done it a number of times. I just didn't want to take that time. So, back out to the realm. Yeah, some people are of the temperament that they cannot handle the idea of their character dying and them losing all their stuff. I have very much come to terms with this idea. But it gets easier as you accumulate stuff in your vault, obviously. Because, hey, I just, got decent gear and leveled my character up to 20, and it took a few minutes. So my character isn't quite as pretty. He's got the default skin and costume for the archer, unlike the priest that I had, which had that nice heart cloth on him. Well, you're not what I was looking for. This sort of... Oh, there he is. A lich. Hey, lich. Here's a lich. He is also an evaluation boss. If I give him enough damage, he'll start spawning... well, I did not. He'll start spawning some tougher helper creatures, but... T7 bow? No, I do not need that. As I said, I already have a tier 10 bow sitting in my vault. But yes, Shayna or Lich, either of you, if you ever start adventuring with me, some of those things I was pointing out in my vault, I will give to you for free. So the archer wears leather armor instead of what the priest wears, which is a robe, which is tougher. So the priest could tank these shots from the little green spiders. They are... Oh, I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to do one thing. I'll do it as soon as I finish this dungeon. I forgot to pick up a pet. I just noticed that I'm all by myself here. No pet to heal me. And the archer does not have a healing ability. I mean, he can take healing potions or healing ichors, which are what you get out of here. But it's always nice to have a pet along to do special things for you. Like I said, that penguin, the karate red penguin that I have, has healing, but it also has decoy, so the monsters will shoot at it, even though it cannot be damaged, instead of shooting at me, sometimes. That's what decoy means. Alright, so, picking up a healing ichor. But yes, so the character is dead, but the pet survives. So leveling your pet is an important thing for you to do as a player, so that they can do their best for you. When I first started playing this game, there were no pets. So death was even more of a pain in the butt. And then they created pets, but they were just decorative items. They couldn't do anything. But then they decided to make pets have abilities. And that was a while ago. So now they become an important part of the game. Yeah, when they were cosmetic, I gained a couple of pets, which I still have. But gaining pets, now that they have abilities and can be leveled, are much more important. Even the bigger spiders don't really do a lot of damage if you're a heavy armor class. This is a leather armor class, but there are heavy armor classes as well. Fighters, paladins, stuff like that. Okay, we are back in the boss room for this dungeon, Arachna's Lair. I must get back into this. Well, I would be happy to help you out, Shayna. I mean, adventure with you, give you some of my extra gear. All right, I do not feel the need to pick up a Mark of Arachna. It is fun. At least it is for me. Dying isn't that fun, but hey, it's not all about dying. All right, so I mentioned that there is more than one entrance to the daily quest room. There's another one in this is called the Nexus, this area, and there's an entrance to the daily quest room up there. There's an entrance to your vault, an entrance to your pet yard, and an entrance to your guild hall in the Nexus as well. And if I wanted to change my name, I could spend 1,000 gold, and those are purchasable. I'm on right now. I died already. Gotta keep moving. Yes. Or if I just want to change characters, I could do that there. Movement is important. All right, where was I going? I was going to my pet yard so I could pick up my Karate Red Penguin. And I want to make sure I don't pick up the other penguin. He is not as powerful. So there's the smaller Karate Red Penguin, and that is one of the cosmetic pets. Well, it was cosmetic to start with, but now I will have my big rare, as it is, that's the class of it, level 70/66. So 70th level with his first ability and 66th level out of 70 with his second ability. Actually, I'm going to go back into my vault. I'm going to see if I have any decent cloths. I don't think I have any cloths in the main part of my vault. Yeah. I just felt they were kind of cluttering up my vault. All right, so those are dyes, so I could use them to dye my clothing colors. That's a small mystery cloth. I'm looking for a big mystery cloth. I might not have one. Because I was running out of chests in this gift chest area. This is where the some of the login calendar and Tinkerer stuff goes. So I do not. Oh, hey, I have a potion of speed in here. Take another one. Where am I now? I need 12 more potions of speed. All right, let's see what this does. It's a mystery dye. No, I do not want gray. Gray is boring. Throw that away. I really should use the stuff in here more. There's a whole bunch of things in here which are useful that I just sort of ignore, like these 4-leaf clovers, which will make enemies drop more and better loot for 20 minutes of gameplay. So, what color is this one going to be? Dark goldenrod. Well, that's kind of a brown. I like that less. I like that even less than the gray. There are a lot of different colors that you can get. Many of them I do not like. Alright. I think I'm just going to have to go with the default colors. For now, the login calendar has a bunch of things, some of which are cloths and colors. So, back out to the Nexus. Hello, Dexter TV. How are you doing today? How's your day been? Do you have any defense and attack potions? I do not. Your day's been good. Well, that's good. Dude, your mic sucks. In what way? Is it echoing? Is there too much static? Not enough noise cancellation? Can you not hear me? Am I not loud enough? Am I too loud? Be my sound engineer, is what I'm saying. Because there are things I can do to fix a lot of those problems. And yes, anybody else who is listening, if you also have problems with my sound or my video, there is some static, okay? Is it constant or only when I am speaking? Because right now my heat is running, and that often will cause some noise on my mic, which is not the fault of the mic. Only when speaking. Okay. So. You can die. I think I mentioned before terrain differences. This is desert terrain. This light brown as opposed to the slightly darker brown of the beach. Alright, you can die as well. Anything in your chest? No. Nothing I care about. Alright. Well, another one of you guys. The colors of the bags tell you, as a general thing, what kind of stuff is going to be in the bag. So, the light brown bags, it's just going to be very low-level potions, like potions of health and magic. The pink bags will have sort of medium, low-tier equipment. Purple bags will have better stuff. Orange and blue bags, better yet. The best stuff comes in white bags. I have never gotten a white bag. So I have gotten from the Tinkerer, I've gotten stuff that you would get out of a white bag, but so I said this was an evaluation boss, the Lich, and he has spawned some more powerful helpers. So he evaluated me as being slightly tougher than my priest was. Okay. Purple bag. Tier 7 sword, which I do not need. Come on, die. Yes, the helper creatures will have periods of invulnerability. You see that blue shield above him. So, yes, this battle is lasting a little longer because the boss went, hey, you're tough. I'm going to spawn things to help me. You would think a lich would be able to handle me all on its own, but not in this game. Come on. Oh. Shooting a pillar, that's not helpful. Plus he keeps spawning these lesser creatures as well. And he's dead. And they dropped nothing for me. Wow. That's disappointing. I am going to head back to the Nexus for just a moment to see if turning off my furnace and such is going to make the sound a little better. So, I will be right back. All right, so if anybody can tell me if the sound is any better, I would appreciate it. And I know there's a delay, so I will wait for a few seconds. Much better. Good. So that's what it was. It was my furnace. I am down in my basement, so the furnace is just over there. And so when the fan blows to distribute the heat through the house, it makes quite a bit of noise. Good, 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 good. So it wasn't the mic. My mic is not a problem. It's that I happen to sit very close to something that makes a lot of noise. I don't think I want any of this stuff in right now. Okay. Kevin just emits a staticky noise at times. Yes, that is obviously it. That's the real reason. I just turned off my own personal staticky noise emitter. Yeah, that much noise can cause residual feedback in mics. Yes. I think he was just being a douche because you didn't have what he asked for. No, I mean, if I have staticky sound, I want people to tell me. I've had other things, high-pitched whines, and I mean, I don't want to have bad sound. I really don't. I want people to be able to hear me and not be irritated by me. It's a sound engineer's nightmare. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm in my basement. I don't expect to have... Why am I heading in this direction? The bounty, what they used to call a quest, is over this way. So, Lich, another thing in addition to always keep moving, because they'll probably be shooting at where you are, and therefore if you move away, they'll be shooting at where you were. Stay on the beach until you've gotten some levels in you. Do not get off that beach. I'm making it look easy. It is not easy. If you, as a beginning character, run into stuff like this, you will die. These are mid-level monsters. They will cut you to pieces. So I know that just looked like my character there, but, but that was actually a creature, a monster. It was not another character that I just killed. In the realm, there is no PvP, it's all PvE. You went up immediately. Don't do that. Stay on that sort of brownish area. Those monsters are there to teach you how. I mean, there's the tutorial, which is also there to teach you how, but the monsters on the beach are there to teach you how to interact with monsters. And until you get leveled up enough to get a decent amount of hit points, don't leave the beach. Now, the game will kind of tell you, the things that it points you at are what it thinks you should be capable of handling. I tend to be a little more conservative, so I don't always go right for those things right away. I do not need a spider den right now. So yes, even the lowlands creatures that are just a little bit away from the beach are tough enough that if you're getting swarmed by them in your 3rd level, you might be dead soon. That was a lesson that I had to learn by dying a lot. And in addition to level, gear is extremely important. And you're not going to find any really good gear on the beach. Obviously, the low-level monsters do not carry high-level gear. But as you slowly progress, the tougher monsters will give you slightly better gear, and so forth. So right now I'm in the Midlands. These guys will give me slightly better gear than what I'd get on the beach or the lowlands, if they give me any gear. So there's a T3 katana, a T4 bow, and T4 leather armor. I don't need any of that stuff. I have better stuff in my vault. But if I was a beginning character, I would probably be happy to pick that up. And with 1 vault chest and 8 slots, choosing the gear that you need is very important. So you'll want to pick up gear that's good for your current character class and for what the next character class that you're going to play is. So you're starting as a wizard and your next character class is going to be a priest. Pick up wizard and priest stuff. And you can look on realmeye.com to see what that is, but I can say that wizards and priests wear robes. Wizards use staffs or staves. The wizard uses a staff. There's a staff. The priest uses a wand. The wizard uses a spell. The priest uses a tome. And anybody can use rings. And my preferred ring type is, I prefer defense rings, but if you look at realmeye.com, it will tell you what the best types of rings are, and it really does vary by class. And see, there's a spell, which if I were going to be playing a wizard soon, well, that's a tier 2 spell, so I wouldn't want that, but I can't figure out how to get out of the Nexus. All right, so here you are in the Nexus, right? This is the center of the Nexus. Go up. This area is where there are realm portals. These are realm portals. There usually be 1 or 2. Sometimes if there's a lot of people in the realm, there might be 3 or 4. And this marks, okay, so this parenthesis number says there are 4 people in this realm, now 3 people, out of the maximum number of 85. So if you want to go into a populated realm, you wouldn't choose this server at all. You choose a different server that's got a lot more people on it. But if your choice is less or more people, I usually go less just because I'm a weirdo. So that's how you get out of the Nexus. You go from the main part, you go up this way. You look for these. You'll notice on your mini map, they are marked in blue. They are portals. You go on to one of the portals. It says enter, and you click that. Oh, I thought those were the level requirements. No. Those are the number of people in the realms. If you're looking for more populated realms, you'd look for larger numbers. I would not do that because the more populated realms tend to close faster, and a realm has a specific number. Here, let me click this. So defeat 37 remaining heroes of Oryx. There's a certain number, I think it's like 45 that they start out with. Heroes of Oryx, oh, pardon me, in a realm. Once all of them are killed, the realm will close and you'll be shunted off to Oryx's castle, which is extremely nasty and dangerous, and as a low-level character, beginning player, you do not want to go to Oryx's castle. So, you should pay attention to that number up there, the number of remaining heroes of Oryx. And at times, Oryx will announce in a realm, you know, my 7 Ent Ancients will defend me, or something stupid like that, just to let you kind of know how things are going towards realm close. And he will also announce the close of the realm. You will see down here where you see the chat text, him announcing, you know, you will not see the light of day, blah, blah, blah. And then everything starts shaking like it's an earthquake. At that point, you need to leave the realm. You need to go to the Nexus immediately, unless you're tough enough to handle Oryx's castle, and you are not. I played too much WoW. Yeah, well. So the default key to exit a realm and go to the Nexus is R. And that's because it's very close to the WASD characters that you use to move around. They just wanted to be very close so that you could do it right away. And that's what I should have done when Lord Ruthven spawned on top of me. And Kim XCXC1, if you're feeling bad about me dying, do not feel bad about me dying. It is absolutely not your fault. It is entirely my fault. When my character dies, it has almost always been entirely my fault. I don't think there's ever been a time when somebody I've been adventuring with has killed me. There have been some people who have done like dick moves where they've dragged a creature at me that I was not prepared to handle. I still could leave. I mean, I still could exit to a Nexus and not have to worry about it. There was one time, I believe, when somebody figured out how to spawn monsters in the Nexus, which you would think would not be a possible thing, but apparently it was. And that was the one time, I would say, that somebody killed me. Because you go to the Nexus expecting safety. You don't expect monsters to be there. There's not supposed to be monsters in the Nexus. Alright, back to trying to kill Mixcoatl. And what has he dropped? Well, this, which I need. And the, I'm going to pick this up even though I don't really need it. And a couple of things which aren't even really good enough to feed my pet. If I was low level, there are things in here, there's a staff that he can drop. That robe is garbage, though. I mean, there's no reason anybody would ever wear that robe, as far as I know. But, you know, he dropped a T5 staff. If I was a starting character, starting wizard character, I'd want that. Anyway, so no one should feel bad that my character died. It was all on me. I should have left when the bats swarmed me. I should have said, well, that's enough of that. I should have realized, well, the bats are swarming me. They're going to turn into Ruthven at one point. At some point, they will turn into Ruthven, and he will kill me. Hello, Yasumel. I am not sad about the death of my character. Yes, I am invincible while my 5 liches stand. That's basically Oryx telling you, I've got 5 liches left in this realm. You need to kill them if you want to close the realm and get shunted to my castle, which is very dangerous. And if you're low level, you don't want that. Okay, so purple bag. Purple bags often have tier 2 rings in them. I do not want a tier 2 ring. So, Lich, did you go through the whole tutorial and pay attention with your starting character? Paying attention to the tutorial is important. Reading all the text that's on the ground, for instance, is a good idea. If you think you might have missed something in the tutorial, you can replay the tutorial. By typing /tutorial, I believe. Really don't want to test that right now because I don't want to go into the tutorial, but... So, we have now just entered the Highlands. One of the ways you can tell that, things change over from the deciduous trees, which you find in the Midlands, to the coniferous or conifers. So there's a lot more of that kind of pine tree sort of thing here. I am not pro enough to actually run with any sort of bot. So I don't have any channel commands, but I am currently on, and my sort of default is, oh, it doesn't show that there, does it? I am on US Midwest 2. That is the server that I do most of my adventuring on. It tends to be fairly unpopulated. And, but this does tell you I am on the cube. In the cube realm. But yes, US Midwest 2. Awesome, thank you. I'm going to eat with my kids, be back in a bit. All right. Enjoy your meal. Okay, so we've seen places where there have been coil snakes. We've seen places where there have been liches, sort of installations. This is another installation, but it has much tougher creatures in it. In fact, creatures so tough that I'm just going to sort of avoid that area. Oh, we've also seen a place that had a ghost king in it, which was sort of a circular tower-like area. This is another kind. It will have Ogre King? I'm not sure what it's called, but someone's cleaned this one out already. Cyclops God, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I do not need to go into another spider den. I still don't need to go into another spider den. I am looking for snake pits. So I can't play a whole lot longer because, I mean, I turned off my furnace, so... T7 armor, no thanks. I don't want to leave that turned off forever. My wife will start complaining about lack of heat. Yes, that Mind Flayer looking thing is another one of the lesser gods. He has dropped a T3 item. I don't need that. I was talking about the Highlands, which we are in, and I mentioned the Godlands before. This is sort of indicating that we're getting closer to the Godlands. That kind of rock gray terrain says you are getting near the Godlands. So you should be very careful because gods are mean and nasty. And if they swarm you, you will die. Well, if they swarm me, I will die. Normally I would not pick up a T3 quiver, but this character happens to be carrying the one quiver I had in my vault. And you'll see it's getting a little more of that rocky terrain. And we just found gods. Those things up there, that pink thing and the thing that looks like a tree, are gods of the realm. Alright, so T3 sphere, no. What's this? T2 ring, no thank you. So, yes, this much denser area of dark gray is the Godlands. Those sort of bird-like things are not gods. Thank you for the offer of a trade, but no. I play this game in many weird ways. One of them is I do not accept donations. I do not do trades. There's a phoenix up here. What is a phoenix doing up here? That seems weird. Anyway, we're seeing the shots of various gods. This is a lesser god, of course. I mentioned that before. That thing that looked kind of like a Medusa, that is another god of the realm. But this sort of terrain tells me I'm in the Godland. There's a couple more gods. I was shooting at a genie, I think. That's a Leviathan. That sort of massive shot pattern is very nasty. Ugh. Aha, I have killed it. Yes, this sort of pink blobby thing. Very nasty. The eye thing there can blind you. Unfortunately, I got hit by one of the blinding shots. But he dropped a T7 wand. I don't really need a T7 wand. So this, sort of like one of these gods at a time, I'm pretty decent at handling. Except for the one god who's... Yeah, that one. The Headless Horseman. I'm not very confident about handling him, even one at a time. But you can find areas where there's lots of gods that will want to swarm you. Two of them is not a swarm, but wow, sometimes there's a lot of them. I'm pretty good at one at a time. I do not handle God swarms very well. I mean, some people are like, hey, it's a swarm of God. I get a lot of stuff, experience, treasure drops. Whoa. Whatever. That's the Medusa thing that's making that sound when I hit it. It dropped nothing. What did I do? I must have pressed the 2 key accidentally, and I drank one of my healing ichors. I did not mean to do that. It was completely an accident. All right. So you'll notice I'm sort of very hesitantly moving through this area because I know there are areas with great big swarms of gods. That's another god. That's a sprite god, that purple thing there. Ah, I have ganked it. The Sprite World is a medium level difficulty dungeon. I should not have to worry too much about being in this dungeon. Not nearly as bad as the Manor of the Immortals, for instance. Oh, that's the problem. I'm going to just sit here and let myself heal a bit. Oh, except these guys won't let me. Yeah, the lesser sprites, like the 3 I just killed, aren't much of a problem. But down here, there's one of these guys. That's another sprite god. He is not the boss. He's a mini-boss in this dungeon. He can do some damage. And then, of course, the boss of the dungeon can do a bunch of damage as well. And that is Limon, is the boss of the dungeon. You can see right here, it's pointing you in the direction of Limon, the sprite goddess. There's another sprite god. Gank. I like that gank sound that they make when they die. Alright, I already cleared that room. So, I have done this entire arm of the dungeon. So yeah, the damage from these littler sprites, really I don't have to worry about. If I was a starting character, even they would be slaughtering me, but I've got decent armor. I leveled up to 20, so I have a decent amount of hit points. And I am doing well. As long as I don't get hit by a lot of shots from a sprite god or from Limon. Yeah, when I got my tiny bit of popularity in the realm of the Mad God community, people were telling me that the community was kind of toxic, that there were a lot of like griefers and just general jerks in the community. And I haven't found that to be the case for me. You know, there was that one time I was talking about where people found a way somehow to have monsters spawn in the Nexus. You know, that is kind of a toxic thing to do. And I had one person asked me what server I was on, and then they crashed the server, which is kind of a jerk move. I mean, you know, I'm not saying the person's a jerk. They just thought it was funny, and I did not. It's true, though. People who play Realm are mean. Well, they aren't mean to me, though, really. They, the people who I've played with have offered me stuff. I mean, I have had to turn down donations many, many times. There was the one guy earlier who's like, your mic sucks. Well, you know, okay. That's not mean. That's a comment that you know, should be listened to by a streamer. You don't want to have your mic suck. Because you're wholesome. You're like the Bob Ross of Realm. We love you. Well, okay. Oh, it's the boss room. I wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, screw you, Limon. Quit dancing. Whoa. Whoa. I am not doing well. Man, this is not good. I need to leave this room. Get some healing in me. Peepkin. Hello, Peepkin. Well, I'm glad that people like my gameplay and enjoy watching me play this game that I have enjoyed playing for a very long time. Nexus. I'm right in the end of a dungeon right now, so I am not planning on nexusing until I have finished this dungeon. Also, I am nearing end of stream. I will be ending as soon as I have finished this dungeon, as a matter of fact. So, come on, quit jumping at me. I hate that. Okay, I'm heading off, Kevin. I'm off to bed. Man, I was reading chat and I almost died. I need to leave the room again. Oh my goodness. Well, have a good night, Shayna. Get some good sleep. Have a good rest of stream, and I'll catch you tomorrow. All right. Whoa, he's in this phase. The shoot a lot of stuff at me phase. I gotta wait for that to end so I can re-enter the room. See, as a priest, I really had to worry about this a lot less, because I could heal myself. Oh, you stupid sprites. These extra sprites are so annoying. I will see you tomorrow, Shayna. Come on. There we go. And he's got invulnerability phases too, which are so frustrating. Whoa, finally. All right. And I pick up a potion of dexterity, which I, of course, need. And I picked up a Mark of Limon. All right. Well, thank you, everybody who is here for the stream. I am going to be heading back to my vault. If you have enjoyed this stream and you are not yet following me, on Twitch, please give me a follow and turn on notifications. If you're watching this later, after I've uploaded it to YouTube and you're enjoying it, and you enjoyed it, I should say, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications there so you can see more videos like it. YouTube, yes, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, I am on Twitch, I have a Twitter, and I am on YouTube. Yes, and I am the same name on all three. I also have a Discord. You can follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. I usually will post announcements when I am going to be streaming. So those are both useful things there. See what else? Oh, I was saying about YouTube. Yes, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can get notified when I've uploaded videos, and click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. Either way, on YouTube, if you're watching it there, leave a comment so I can know what you did or did not like about it. My next stream will be tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 7:30 Central Time. I will be streaming my tabletop role-playing group, which I'm the game master of. We will be playing Spirit of the Century. So I hope to see everybody then. Have a good night, day, afternoon, or whatever it is for you. Bye.